And howdy, brothers and sisters. We're going to look back at part 21 and check out what the Lord said. And we're going to jump on into 22. But let's go see what the Lord finished up with saying last video.
He is the Spirit who reveals the truth about God. The world cannot receive him because it cannot see him or know him. Those who accept my commandments and obey them are the ones who love me. My Father will love those who love me.
Lord, how can it be that you will reveal yourself to us and not to the world?
Those who love me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and my Father and I will come to them and live with them. Those who do not love me do not obey my teaching. And the teaching you have heard is not mine, but comes from the Father who sent me. I have told you this while I'm still with you. The help of the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you everything and make you remember all that I've told you. I am the real vine, and my Father is the gardener. He breaks off every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and he prunes every branch that does bear fruit, so that it will be clean and bear more fruit. You have been made clean already by the teaching I have given you. Remain united to me, and I will remain united to you. A branch cannot bear fruit by itself. It can do so only if it remains in the vine. In the same way, you cannot bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will bear much fruit, for you can do nothing without me. Those who do not remain in me are thrown out like a branch and dry up. Such branches are gathered up and thrown into the fire, where they are burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, then you will ask for anything you wish, and you shall have it. My Father's glory is shown by your bearing much fruit, and in this way you become my disciples. I love you, just as the Father loves me. Remain in my love. If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have obeyed my Father's commands, and remain in his love. I have told you this, so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My commandment is this: love one another, just as I love you. The greatest love you can have for your friends is to give your life for them, and you are my friends, if you do what I command you.
Pretty self-explanatory. He told us what those who love him will do. He told us he'd send somebody to teach us, and told us who it would be. Said that those who accept his teachings are made clean. So what other teacher has to come clean us? The Lord said we were clean. Saul says, no, we're filthy rags. Contradicting God. Saul got believe only from his non-belief, because he still didn't believe. But you believe. The wrong one. Let's go into part 22.
I do not call you servants any longer, because servants do not know what their master is doing. Instead, I call you friends, because I have told you everything I heard from my Father. You did not choose me. I chose you, and appointed you to go and bear much fruit, the kind of fruit that endures. And so, the Father will give you whatever you ask of him in my name. This, then, is what I command you. Love one another.
Servants, we're supposed to serve the Lord. How can we serve the Lord by not working? Serving means we got to work. Do something. And Jesus told us everything he heard from God. So did Saul of Tarsus. No. From his God. And we're appointed to go bear fruit? Does that mean we just sit down, do nothing? That means you wasn't appointed. The Lord didn't appoint you to do nothing. He just said, sit back, enjoy the ride. I don't think he said that. And again, love one another. It does not mean hating a brother. Because he's speaking against a man. A man. I'm speaking against a man. And glorifying the Father. And getting hated. The world.
If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Remember what I told you. Slaves are not greater than their master.
Our master came to do some work. And we're the slaves. Not in the way. But work for the master. Work for the Lord. You're too good to do work for the Lord. There's only one person in history that was too proud to do anything for the Lord. It's for his own self-righteousness. It was Satan. And he transformed into a minister of light. And he's taken over the church. Because the church don't want to do no work. They're too good. The master is beneath them. I pray eyes see and ears hear.
If people persecuted me, they will persecute you too. If they obeyed my teaching, they will obey yours too. But they will do all this to you because you are mine. For they do not know the one who sent me. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not come and spoken to them. As it is, they no longer have any excuse for their sin.
The Lord's teachings have been ignored. They've been cashed in local car dealership for a used car, a used doctrine, a false doctrine. Lord's teachings are hated because people are lazy and they don't listen. And did you catch that? Now there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You've been told, oh, the Holy Spirit's confirmed you're wrong. Let's talk about it. I will tell you right now, you got an evil spirit telling you that. You do. You have an evil spirit telling you that. Because God's words are true. You're just blinded to his voice.
Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else ever did. As it is, they have seen what I did. And they hate both me and my Father. This, however, was bound to happen, so that what is written in their law may come true. They hated me for no reason at all. The Helper will come, the Spirit who reveals the truth about God and who comes from the Father.
They hate him for no reason at all. Because he tells the truth. And they don't like the truth. You like being spoon-fed lies and force-fed the truth. Your feelings are so sensitive. Your emotions control what you believe. You don't want the truth because you can't handle the condemnation that comes with the truth. Bring on the condemnation. It means the Lord's working. The Holy Spirit, the Spirit that teaches us that he's going to send, not Saul. The Holy Spirit will convict you. If you're not being convicted by the Holy Spirit, you don't have it. You don't have it. Return to the Father, brothers and sisters.
I will send him to you from the Father, and he will speak about me, and you too will speak about me, because you have been with me from the very beginning. I have told you this, so that you will not give up your faith.
Who do you speak of? Do you run to Romans? Do you speak of the Lord by name only? And then spout Romans and Galatians and Philemon? That's vanity. You're not leaning on the Lord's words. You're leaning on his name only. He told her this because why? Because you would not give up your faith. So your faith is wishy-washy. And that's what you put your hope in. If you'll listen back a few videos, they put their hope in Moses, and he's their judge. You put your hope in your faith, and it's wishy-washy. The Lord said you have so little of it. So that's going to be your judge. God's words will be our judge. Saul's will be our accusers. You're going to rely on your wishy-washy faith and the words of your accuser. Think about what you're doing. You're walking away from the Lord and joining the world.
You will be expelled from the synagogues. And the time will come when those who kill you will think that by doing this they are serving God. People will do these things to you because they have not known either the Father or me.
That is who you put your faith in. That is whose words you follow. Don't tell me God changed his heart in the desert where God said he would not be.